Hey there, Knicks fans. The NBA season does not let an injury rule out your bet. Other sportsbook let injuries box you out, but Fanatics Sportsbook's fair play protects all bets from first half injury. So if your player goes out with an injury, Fanatics keeps your bet on the court. Make the switch and get more ways to win with Fanatics Sportsbook. Winning, it's different here.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Knicks Film School Pregame Show. My name is Andrew Claudio, and it is time to preview another Knicks matchup. This time, again, against the Miami Heat for the fourth time this year. The Knicks will take on their rival from down south. This time it'll be at Madison Square Garden. And after a thrilling NBA Cup experience in Las Vegas and then a fun win over the Indiana Pacers, everything came crashing back down to earth. And now the season's over because the Knicks lost on Friday to the Philadelphia 76ers. Or at least that's what I was told the rules are whenever the Knicks lose a basketball game. No, the Knicks needed a day off. Hopefully everybody had a recovery day to themselves on Saturday. I know I personally did. And what better way to spend my Saturday than talking about the Knicks and the Miami Heat? I believe the Heat at time of recording are 15-12, either 15-12 or 15-13. And they just lost to the Boston Celtics. They got off to this outstanding start to the season. People were putting Spo in Coach of the Year conversations. Their offense was gangbusters, this really fast pace with no ball screens, and they're back to the plan. So we'll see if that's something that's more sustainable throughout the year. We're going to put a spin on today's show. If you remember a couple weeks ago, I did a draft of the best Knicks Magic players with the 6-man show, and with this being the fourth time the Knicks will play the Heat, a little bit later, we're going to draft the best Knicks Heat players to play at least 10 games with both the Knicks and the Miami Heat. And I say we because I realize I haven't even brought my guest on stage yet, but you know where I go to for all of Miami Heat needs. Joining me from the Miami Heat beat, just in time for Christmas, Giancarlo Navas. Welcome back, my friend. How are you?
You know, could be better. Miami, after, as you so eloquently said, great start. Reality has come crashing down onto them. Norman Powell is no longer shooting 1,000,000% from three, and you would imagine what that has done to their revolutionary offense. So
yeah,
but happy vibes are good. Vibes are good with me personally, so I'm happy. My Liverpool won today. You know, I'm a big Liverpool fan. You know, they're
college
great.
Football. You're a U fan at all? The Miami, the Hurricanes at
Glad
all?
you asked. I went to FIU. I went to Florida International University. I don't understand these local people who went to Miami, went to FIU and cheer for the Canes. Hate that. I didn't go to UM. I wasn't a private school kid. I don't like UM. Every other sport, the crosstown rival, everybody hates. So why is this city different? Why do people that go to Florida International are Canes fans? In New York, you're not. Knicks fans are not Nets fans. In London, Arsenal fans are not Spurs fans. You know what I mean? Or all that. Like there's a real local hatred. That's all I'm saying about that.
I respect the local hatred. I will let you have that.
I'm a Jags fan though. Jags up, baby.
Jags are good this year.
I don't know about that. We'll find out on Sunday.
Well, they play the Broncos on Sunday.
We'll find out.
Jags just destroyed the Jets last week.
They're not very good.
Trevor Lawrence had a coming out party. I will just say on behalf of the Knicks Film School betting and sweating faculty, we were all on Hurricanes money line. So we were all Hurricanes on Saturday, getting to watch them defeat the Texas A&M, whether the Aggies over at that's Johnny Manziel school. Yep. Regardless, it was a good bet to bet on the Hurricanes. It was also, like you said, a good bet to bet on some regression from the Miami Heat and from Norm Powell's shooting splits at the beginning of the year. Thank you, sir. I want to start this because we're going to do a draft in a little bit. I really want to keep this like a bit of a potpourri episode, and I want to just ask you, what are, through 27 games, what are like the main topics? What is like the number one thing Heat fans are talking about, whether it's a consternation thing? I know Tyler Hero came back, and I don't think he's been in and out of the lineup to be exact, but
yeah, he's been.
So what is like the topic of conversation around Heatville right now?
Everybody loves the Norm. Everybody's loving Norm. People want Spo to play Kellel Ware more. And
what is he playing right now?
He's not playing enough according to Heat fans.
What is he at the moment?
I don't know. It depends. Like he's so up and down. I don't have the minutes. I'll check his minutes.
I'll pull it. But what else is there?
Double bigs. People want more double bigs. People are like, they too small, Ernie. And of course, the annual who are we trading Tyler Hero to and Giannis? So that those are really the big points, right? So not a lot has changed, really. Spo not playing a big enough minutes. We've done this a lot. Trading Tyler Hero, wanting Giannis. We've done that. We've done that for years. The only new thing is we like Norm. Everybody loves Norm. And those are kind of the big things right now. I think it's been a different season than I think I've covered. It's one of the more weird seasons where they kind of come in. The disgruntled star rarely leaves here, especially, like at the peak of their power. Shaq left and Shaq was a husk, made one more all-star team in Phoenix, but like, it's not like he wasn't the impact guy that he was. And while Butler certainly isn't the Jimmy Butler that got them to the finals twice, he still left them. Right. And it was ugly and it was a weird divorce. And then they kind of come into this season without expectations, and they kind of exceeded all of the expectations. The first 2 weeks of the season, they got really hot shooting. They got a really hot start, and there's been a lot of regression. And as you'd imagine, there's a lot of finger pointing. There's a lot of finger pointing about, was this Tyler Hero's fault? Is Spo not playing in big enough? Why are they so small at the wing? Andrew Wiggins isn't really a 4. Injuries, Tyler Hero, all that stuff. So it's been a strange year.
I'm staring at this box score and again, this is box score scouting, so I didn't watch the game, but I'm staring at this Kellel Ware box score from the Celtics game, and I'm seeing he had 24 and 14 and shot 6 of 7 from 3 in 28 minutes. Is the 28 like? I'm going through.
Not enough.
So it's not enough minutes. Not enough minutes.
Not enough minutes for Heat fans.
So that is a bit low for a guy that shot 8 for 12 and had 24 points. Do you think he should also? Are you with said Heat fans that are thinking he should play more minutes?
I'll say one thing. Kellel Ware has 680 minutes this season. The Heat have played 669 minutes with him off the floor. So about an 11-minute difference. In the minutes that he's on, they are a -2 net rating. In the minutes he's off, they are a +7.8 net rating. Their defense, much better with him on the bench. Do with that what you will. Is that Andrew Wiggins taking his numbers? Who knows? There's a lot of noise. Andrew Wiggins has been Ware without Wiggins. They're also -7. So you can't even blame Andrew Wiggins on that one. Mm-hmm. That's all I'll say. I think Heat fans look at size, athleticism, offensive rebounding. That's something we never have here, Andrew. I don't remember the last dude who could get an offensive rebound as consistently as him. Maybe that's Kyle Lowry or PJ Tucker. Yeah. So I think Heat fans are kind of mesmerized by size, because really this team has not had size since Alonzo Mourning. And I guess since Shaq, right? And if we're really being honest, Dwayne Wade played with Jermaine O'Neal, right? As a starting center, not the biggest guy in the world, shot blocker, right? But not that towering size, right? The LeBron years, obviously they had a revolving door at center, from Jamal McGlure to Zydrunas Ilgauskas. You know what I mean?
Crunch time, that was Bosch with
eventually,
like Battier and Allen.
Eric Dampier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're saying you're going with centers. I'm saying like in crunch time, they went centerless and just let Bosch. And Bosch went positionless
as a modern
Bosch be a center.
Like if Bosch was drafted today, he would be a center, right? Like
absolutely.
It was a different time. So, and then there was Hassan Whiteside, right? Who, again, fans were mesmerized with Hassan, and eventually they fell out of love with him. So now we're kind of back. We're running it back with Ware. I think he's really good. I just think that he leaves some stuff on the table defensively. I think that I have been famous. I don't like drop bigs. I think if you have a drop big, you really need size at the wing. You need strength. And look at the teams and teams that went, like the Thunder play with a drop big. They won the title, right? Denver won with the drop big. Jokic, they won the title. And they were good defensively. And a big reason, Aaron Gordon at the nail. You have big wing to help you, right? You have that, all that back line is helping your drop big, and you don't have to run into pull up. You give up the pull up shooting, but you contain the lifeline to a team, which is getting to the basket, right? I understand that. I just don't think I don't think Miami has the size to help Kellel Ware at the wing for that. I think he'd be better if they do play with a little bit of size at the wing. And I think when he does play with Bam, it's a clunky fit. This year, they have been really kind of up and down. So together, they have played 157 minutes and they're minus 10, almost 10 and a half per 100 possessions. Their defense is leaking points. It's 100 and almost 23 defensive rating. And I think part of that is you just stick, you can, as an offense, you can manipulate where on the floor you are. So if you're playing New York and if you're putting Bam, I don't know if they're playing Cat at the 5 and then Anunoby at the 4, right? You have to put Ware on Cat, or I guess you could put Ware on Anunoby, but even if you put Ware on Anunoby runs a high pick and roll and Bam's man stands in the corner. And as long as that guy's a real shooter like Cat or Anunoby, you have to guard him. So as an offense, you can manipulate. That's why offense has such an advantage over defense. And you could pre-switch, you could do a lot of things, but you could take Bam out of an action and you could, he's Revis Island, right? Okay, we'll test Tyler Hero and Kellel Ware in the pick and roll. And that's kind of what you get, or you test their weaker guys in the pick and roll. And so that's, I think, what's going on with Ware. So I think it's complicated because I do think he's good. I do think he provides a lot of vertical spacing. I think he is a good offensive rebounder. I think he's a really good play finisher. They need a guy to catch lobs. They need a guy to occupy the dunker spot, right? Occupy that space because their offense has a lot of cutting, a lot of motion, a lot of go-go movement. And you need a guy down there, not only to clean up some misses, but to be a target. When help shifts, you're there, you're ready. So it's complicated. I think he's good. I just think fans are a little they want too much out of him too soon.
That's well said. First of all, I love when you kind of go full Will Ferrell in old school and just start talking basketball. That was awesome. I'm just going to go through the injury report because I think Knicks fans are going to want to know who's playing in this game. So
I want to know who's playing.
So do you think Wiggins plays on Sunday against the Knicks?
Maybe. It was back-to-back too, so.
Yeah. Wait, so what do you mean? So they played Thursday and then Friday?
Yes, they played Thursday against the Nets. They beat Brooklyn, and then they played Friday against Boston.
I'm surprised he sat out the Celtics game rather than the Nets game. But regardless.
I think he also set the Nets game.
So then there you go. Regardless, is Davion Mitchell going to play against the Knicks?
He has an ankle, so I think they are always careful with ankles. So I would say no.
Is Pele Larson, who Jeremy Taché said there's no way he plays.
He got pretty hurt like the other day.
It's a severe sprained ankle is what
he looked. That looked pretty rough.
Speaking of pretty rough injuries, when do we see Nikola Jovic again?
Well, he got hurt bad too.
Right. So I know he's probably not playing on Sunday. Just that didn't even look like an arm injury, and then he got taken off in an air cast. It looked like,
by the way, Wiggins did play against Nets,
Brooklyn,
and so did Mitchell. Mitchell got hurt, I believe, in the Nets game.
Gotcha. So I guess probably
I'd imagine Andrew plays. I imagine
probably not for Mitchell. Probably yes for Wiggins.
Yeah, I would say Mitchell's kind of eh.
And then what's the deal with Tyler Hero? To the Knicks fan that doesn't know,
big toe.
It's his big toe that is keeping him out these days.
Shout out to Darius Garland.
Oh, it's a Garland injury. Okay.
I got to be honest with you, Andrew. I just saw that he was out, and I kind of just see Tyler Hero out, and I kind of it zooms past me because it happens so often, to the point that my girlfriend, who doesn't know much about basketball, who's like, while we're watching the game yesterday, she goes, "Where's Tyler?" I go, "Well, he's hurt," and she just goes, "Again?" Because that's the life. So I have no idea if this is. I don't know how he's got his toe hurt. I have no freaking idea, but he got his toe hurt, I guess. So.
Gotcha. All right. Well, not really sure who's going to play in this game. I mean, the only other person on the injury report is Terry Rozier, who I don't think he's ever going to play basketball ever again.
Adam Silver's.
So where do you stand on that? The Terry Rozier thing, especially the non-answer he gave at the NBA Cup. For those who don't know, so there's two levels to this. To Knicks fans who don't understand, I always remember when I ask a general question, I have to explain it. So obviously Terry Rozier is under investigation, was arrested by the FBI for illegal sports betting, and there's two levels to this. Are the Heat allowed to trade his contract while he's under investigation? And then there's if the Hornets knew that this investigation was happening on a federal level and then traded him to the Heat, should the Heat get their pick back, which if they do, they will have 4 firsts available to them to trade for anybody, potentially Giannis Antetokounmpo. I don't think they're going to get the pick back. I think they should be able to trade the contract. And Adam Silver, when asked about this at the NBA Cup, says, yeah, I don't know what we're going to do yet, and kind of gave a non-answer. So your thoughts on all of this, Giancarlo?
I agree with you. I think I'll start with the more unpopular take for Heat fans. I think Miami the organization whining about getting the pick back through Barry Jackson is fucking pathetic.
Yeah.
You do not get to have buyer's remorse. At the fucking time, Andrew, they got rid of Lowry because they needed a scapegoat. They needed to salvage whatever the fuck they were doing with Jimmy, which, by the way, they traded Lowry because he was not producing and he had an attitude. They didn't like him. The media didn't like him. The fans didn't like him. Easy guy to scapegoat. They move him with a pick to Charlotte for the poster boy for being a looter and a riot. Literally, you look at any metric that matters and you would be like, I don't know about that. Playmaking not very good. Finishing at the rim pretty bad. Needs a ball a lot. Turnover prone. They do that to salvage the final year of Jimmy, which, by the way, in the moment, and I've talked about this on your show, they knew they were not going to pay his extension. The money he wanted, they knew. Bernie Lee, Jimmy's agent, made it very clear what they wanted. They were not going to pay it. So they trade a pick.
Yeah.
Probably knowing the Jimmy thing's going to blow up.
Just to add more context, they knew during the trade deadline of 2024, because that upcoming summer. So for Knicks fans, for context, this is the trade deadline that the Knicks had just traded RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly for OG Anunoby. We're about to trade Quentin Grimes, Evan Fournier for what's it called? Alec Burks, once a Knick and once a Heat, always a Heat, might come up later, and Bojan Bogdanovic. Like, that's the trade deadline we're talking about. Yeah. At that point, the Heat knew we're probably not giving Jimmy an extension this summer, yet still chose to trade a future first and Rozier to salvage that season, and Kyle Lowry. I remember what Kyle Lowry was at that point. He ended up getting bought out by Charlotte, signing with the Sixers.
Andrew, he was a $30 million expiring contract. Like, fucking
at that point, just if you're not going to re-sign Jimmy, just let the contract expire and ride out the team.
Andrew, your cap books, everybody knows your cap books are in hell. Everybody knows. Even the fucking fans know. Everybody knows. So why are you? And I'm getting frustrated again. Like, and it kind of goes to the point of like, you cannot do such a boneheadedly stupid move and then start crying buyer's remorse. We didn't know he was being investigated. You fucking deserve this. I'm sorry. You don't get your pick back. I think it's fucking pathetic. And listen, Charlotte should not be allowed to trade a guy without disclosing he's under federal investigation. I think they should be punished. I think the Hornets should be punished a pick. They should get a pick doctor, something. You as the league cannot have a precedent of that happening, because guess what? Gambling's not going away. It's not. Are you sponsored by FanDuel? Probably.
No, Fanatics Sportsbook. Shout out to our friends at Fanatics.
Okay, it's all over. Yeah. This is not going away. This is here to stay. We all like parlays. We all have fun. So if this is here to stay, you need to create a precedent that if you're a team and your guys being investigated, this is going to happen again. It's going to happen again, because this is not going away. You cannot have a team knowingly have a guy that could be guilty of something and then, we're going to just get off of him to avoid the problem. You can't do that. So I don't think Miami should get their pick back because you're in timeout. You deserve this. But I think Charlotte should
pick altogether. Yeah, just revoke the pick altogether.
Charlotte should be punished. The Charlotte Hornets should absolutely be punished. And Miami should be able to trade a contract for bookkeeping. What are we fucking protecting the sanctity of the salary cap? What are you doing by not allowing them to trade an expiring contract if a team is willing to take it? Like unlike the Heat, the other team knows that this guy's under federal fucking investigation.
Yeah.
So my issue is, Adam Silver, you are a lawyer. You are a smart guy. You are the commissioner of the third, one of the biggest sports leagues in the world. Your franchises are the second most valuable in all of sports. More than La Liga, more than the Premier League, more than baseball, only dwarfed by the NFL. Globally, the value of the actual franchise. You cannot sit at a fucking podium, look fat ass Tim Reynolds dead in the eye, and say, I don't know. I have major beef with Tim Reynolds, one of the biggest pieces of shit in the media.
Oh, dear.
Hate that guy. What a horrible human being who has done nothing behind the scenes but try to hurt young journalists. He is awful. And I'm glad everybody on your show knows, because Lord knows everybody on my show knows. Fuck that guy. But if you're Adam Silver, you cannot look him in the eye and say, I don't know. What is that? You're a lawyer. You fucking look at a jury and say that? You look at a judge and say that? You're in deposition. You look at your client and say, oh, I don't know. How could you say that? How do you not come prepared? This is a fucking NBA Cup final, semifinal, whatever. You know that you're going to be asked about this. How is this? What is going on? What is this circus of a league that we're covering? And how is everybody just like, how is Bill Simmons the only guy making sense? I'm so upset by this. I'm upset with everybody. I'm upset with the Charlotte Hornets. I'm upset with the Miami Heat. I'm upset with Adam Silver. And I'm perpetually upset with Tim Reynolds.
I was going to say Tim Reynolds that's a unanimous.
That's just always. This is
evergreen outrage is what it sounds like.
That guy, bro.
It's a good name for a pod. Evergreen outrage. Well, I wish you the best. My team has $150,000 of space between their current salary line and the second apron. So I'm not expecting much at the moment, except that they're playing well. So do you have any takes on the Knicks not hanging a banner before we get to the draft?
That's ridiculous. Why are you not hanging a banner? Like, and okay, I look at this from 2 points of views. Mm-hmm. I'm a hater. We all know your audience, I'm a primo Knicks hater. Yes. I will take any fucking chance to minimize any accomplishment that you guys have. If you win a title, you bet your fucking ass I will look for every asterisk I can. Right? You won the NBA Cup. That's an awesome accomplishment. I don't care if you think it's stupid. You fucking won a tournament. You won a tournament that everybody was trying. Everybody was trying. Everybody wanted to win. They tried to win. Your players clearly cared, right? They were very happy. People cared. Why are you not hanging a banner, bro? Why are you like, the Lakers hung one? Why are you above a banner? Like, do you think it's stupid? Like, ask Crystal Palace how important it was for them to win the FA Cup. Like, that's a fucking big deal. Like, we as a league, we need to protect and elevate the ethos of this event by celebrating it, by being ostentatious. You don't got to have a parade because it's not an NBA title, but you can have a fucking banner and have a little ceremony. We fucking have Olympic banners. You know what I mean? Like, we hang a bunch of bullshit. We fucking retire like broadcasters. Mike Breen's going to have a ceremony, right? Mm-hmm. Like, Eric Reed will in Miami, like, I don't know. I just think it's ridiculous. Like, why don't you hang the banner? I'm sure that the fans probably feel that way, but like, you're also, to get my little slander in, you're the fucking Knicks, bro. Fucking hang the banner, bro. It's not like it's crowded up there. Move Billy Joel to the left.
So ironically, the Billy Joel stuff is funny. The Harry Styles references are funny. I
forget about Harry Styles being there.
I just need to remind anybody that brings them up, MSG is an arena that's more than just basketball, which is how you get the Rangers, Billy Joel.
Fuck hockey.
The Rangers have the most recent championship banner up there, though. So that's where, unfortunately for the Knicks,
the only one in colored television?
I think so, actually. I you know what? I think the Willis Reed game is on some kind of television, on colored television. I have no idea if it's HD or not, or if they've been able to digitally alter it.
Okay, Knicks, I will just 1973. When did color TV?
Color TV came in?
Become common.
Become common or just get invented?
Become common. Early 1970s. So we're at the line right there.
There you go. The last Knicks championship was when color
the
TV
debut of color television.
Exactly. The color TV existed, and then
some guys like the Knicks colors are orange and blue.
Who knew? I will just say I didn't care at first, and it's only made me care more the longer away from the fact that they won the NBA Cup, and then the next morning Dolan made a call to not. And that's, I think, what's more annoying me at this point is that I'm like 90% sure this was a Dolan thing. because it happened the next morning and we were we did a 4-hour live stream that night, Giancarlo. Knicks Film School was, Mac.
You should, dude. That's a cool thing. You won a tournament.
Knicks fans celebrated this thing and the players celebrated this thing. Mike Brown did a halftime speech or a pregame speech saying, you win this, there's a banner hanging at MSG forever for you guys. And
James Dolan's hold my beer.
In his celebration, it was when he was getting interviewed by Taylor Rooks, was like, we're going to get to hang a banner at MSG. And then the next morning, no, you're not.
Not so fast.
So it's at first it was who cares? They still won the cup. They get a trophy. But now I'm mildly annoyed I didn't get my banner. So you owe me a banner. I shout out to my buddy Mensa over at Knicks, one of our faculty members. He's just tweeted at the Knicks fine, you don't want to hang this one? You owe me a banner. So go get one in June.
I feel like the other thing about this is you know, and I understand that to be charitable to the Knicks organization, maybe they're oh, well, we don't want to get made fun of because this is
Who cares? You have Atlantic Division title banners up there.
I just think that if this, what if people really care about this in 15 years and you didn't hang? What are you going to do? Retroactively hang your banner? What if you're the only team that does it? I don't know. It's hang it, bro.
Well, just go a step further. Go a different direction. What if the cup becomes even more coveted or more prestigious, and you're the only team that doesn't have a banner hung?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
so that's more the thing.
Just do it, dude. Just the players.
It low-key minimized, and that might have been the chess move that Dolan's doing. We had to win our banner on streaming, and he has an issue, which I actually think Dolan's right about this, that being someone that has a local area, his own network, that MSG now gets fewer games because there's now streaming dollars
I don't care
involved.
About these rich people fucking fighting about how many games, how many. You're
100% right about the rich people problem.
This is about the fans.
He is right from a principle
standpoint. This is about the fans.
Right. And fans now have to pay for Prime Video because of the NBA's deal with Amazon, and they have to pay for Peacock. Whereas now, here's what I would counter Dolan
James
with. Fix your Gotham Sports app, and then we can talk,
James Dolan, the protector of the common man now, I guess. I don't know.
I'm simply just saying he has a point in that, even if I wish he would just give me my freaking banner.
I agree with the streaming's just out of hand. You need a million things to watch your franchise. I'll say this. Prime has mogged everybody's coverage.
It has.
They've 100%. And I was a hater and I didn't want it. And I came away being no, and I know that I'm not a real big
coverage is the key word, by the way. Their coverage is great. Their broadcast sucks, but their coverage is great.
Well, what's wrong with the broadcast?
If I have to hear a play happen before actually seeing it happens,
I've not had that issue.
Oh, I've had several issues, especially during the NBA Cup of
really.
Iron Eagle calling a play and then 3 seconds later it happens. They haven't worked out the kinks of their actual broadcast issues.
I haven't noticed.
NBC seems to have, but I agree. Iron Eagle, Dwayne Wade, Stan Van Gundy, that is a great.
No, they're team. Great. And
the studio show is great. Yeah.
Taylor Rooks is awesome. Udonis, Blake, Steve Nash, Dirk. I don't know. It's been. I think the cameras they use are really nice. Or I guess not the cameras, but the quality of the broadcast looks nice. And I love the score bug. As a scorebug aficionado, I hate ESPN scorebug. Love the Amazon scorebug. NBC
I hate NBC's scorebug.
I think NBC's been bad. I don't like it. I only enjoy my snippet of Karl-Anthony.
I only enjoy the moments I get to hear Round Ball Rock, like the Bob Costas intros.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are great because those are nostalgic. And then
I didn't really grow up with that, so for me that's for a different audience.
So that'll lead to our draft because I now get to see how far back you go with the Miami Heat and how many Heat legends get to show up so far on this list. So
dude, I see so many lifers on this.
Lifers, okay. Last thing I'll say about the broadcast thing is that the NBC, I tapped out of any nostalgia for NBC when they told me Michael Jordan would be part of their coverage. And then the same 1 hour that he gave them was being cut into 6 5-minute pieces.
It was hilarious.
And it's just so that's Michael Jordan's coverage. We're going to be in June and he's going to be talking about what it's like to play in the finals, a conversation he probably had in September.
MJ has better things to do.
Good. That's fine. Go do those things. Don't tell me you're going to be part of the NBC broadcast then. I was expecting at least an outfit change at something, MJ.
Shout out to my favorite Italian, Mike Tirico.
Don't tell him that though.
He would say he is Italian and not.
So he does acknowledge his Italian heritage.
No, yeah, he says I'm not black. I'm Italian.
He's not black. He's Italian. Okay, I thought it was the other way around. He's like, I'm not Italian. I'm black. So
it's one of my favorite sports quotes of all time.
I'm not black. I'm Italian. Dash Mike Tirico. Dash Michael Scott. So we're gonna do a draft. We're gonna draft 5 players each of the best Miami Heat Knicks players. 10 games minimum that they had to play for both teams. We have a high convoluted, very high tech system for how to decide the draft order, Giancarlo. It's called High Card Draw. Speaking of Vegas and gambling and things that are here to stay. I'm going to pick yours first. Beauty before age, we'll say. Your card is a Jack of Hearts.
Hell yeah, brother.
All right. And then my card will be a 10 of diamonds. You just beat me. So you get the first pick in the Knicks Heat draft. I am very curious.
So what are we drafting for? Are we drafting for
let's produce on the air. Do you want to create you want to go with positions like a center, 2 forwards?
Yeah. Let's
2 guards.
Yeah. So are we trying to draft a better team or which team is more legendary to the fan base?
I don't think we'll be able to draft the better, a better team. But like based on the tenures of because like someone might have been bad for one team and good for the other. So yeah, but do a mix of both. Like what player means more to you? I don't think there's going to be a lot of crossover in like this guy.
I have one of my all-time favorite Heat players that I'm going to pick first, and it's going to shock all of you.
Okay,
Q Rich, baby. Q Rich me.
Q Rich goes 1 overall.
Q fucking Rich me, baby. One of my favorite Heat team of all time. 2008, 2009, 2010. Q Rich, awesome that season. I love Quentin Richardson. My goat.
Quentin Richardson played in for the Miami Heat. He played in 76 total games.
One season with the Miami Heat. I got to make this screen bigger. For the Miami Heat, Q Rich played, like I said, 76 total games, 8.9 points per game, but shot 39.7% from Before
three.
It was cool, dude. Before it was cool.
During this one season, had almost 6 win shares, which is really good. A 56 effective field.
He was good. Good under.
Ironically, technically the range on Basketball Reference says 2006 to 2013. He played in exactly 1 game for the Knicks in 2013. I believe he played in 3 seasons with the Knicks and played 242 games. During what I call in the late 2000s, the this doesn't matter stretch of Knicks basketball. It was when they were clearing cap space and just having people on the roster to take up roster spots because they're saving their books for LeBron in the summer of 2010. And you and I both know how that went in the summer of 2010. Q Rich is the first pick in this draft. So the board's kind of open for me now because there's 3 Knicks.
Take Amari.
So here's the problem. So I want to take Amari Stoudemire. There's 2 other very important.
Happy Hanukkah to stat.
Yes, happy Hanukkah, Amari Stoudemire. I think Amari Stoudemire is going to be my pick. I'm going to put him at center. The problem I'm running into, which is now going to dictate the rest of the draft, is that there's 2 other very important Knicks on this list that I almost need them to end up on my team. So we'll get to them later. We did a list this summer, Giancarlo. Macri and I went through the top 25 Knicks of the past 25 seasons. Where do you think Amari Stoudemire ended up on that list?
Probably 4.
Wow, you nailed it. Number 4 on the list.
Can I guess the top 3?
Go ahead.
Is it Melo, Brunson?
That's 1 and 2 right there. Melo was 2. Brunson was 1.
Of the last 25 years.
25 seasons. So 25 it excludes, seasons. It's a 2000-2001 season to last year. Patrick Ewing was off the Knicks. So it's actually the post-Ewing era.
Okay, so everything of the post-Ewing era. So it'd be those two guys, Amari.
The guy that made 3 All-Star teams, 2 All-NBA teams, had hit an iconic shot against the Miami Heat during a regular season game.
It's literally at the tip of my tongue.
It was in Jimmy Butler. Maybe not Jimmy Butler's face. It was definitely in Tyler Hero's face.
Yeah. No, I remember. And we actually texted about this.
Left less than 1 second on the clock.
Is it RJ Barrett?
No,
it's not RJ.
It's Julius Randle.
Julius Randle. Yes. No, yes. I forgot.
Yes. We don't forget that shot because it was potentially the highlight of Julius Randle's career. Amari made 1 All-Star team with the Knicks, and then the injuries showed up.
Yeah.
Julius Randle was part of a resurgence that
was all NBA for the Knicks.
Yeah. Twice with the Knicks. 3 All-Star teams with the Knicks.
By the way, playing really well right now.
Apparently the best ISO player in the league right now.
I'm really happy for him. I had so much Julius Randle stock when they drafted him, and then it all went away, and then I like him again.
I've always been a defender of Julius, the DOJ, and it's paid off in Minnesota, especially since he had a good playoff series last year. Yeah. I'm taking Amari Stoudemire, though, not Julius Randle. Unfortunately, he never played for the Miami Heat. Amari Stoudemire, well documented, 255 games with the Knicks, started an all-star team. Was the big acquisition that they got during the summer of 2010, is part of a team that a lot of Knicks fans are nostalgic for. The pre-Melo with Amari team in 2010, 2011. A lot of Knicks fans look at that team with Amari, and D'Antonio was the coach, and Raymond Felton and Danilo Gallinari and Wilson Chandler, and think that was a fun team, and they blew that up to trade for Carmelo Anthony. But yeah, Amari Stoudemire also played 52 games with the Miami Heat in 2016. That was the team that lost in the conference semis to the Raptors, right?
Yes, I think he was hurt though.
Gotcha. Which I think that was famously his career too.
Winslow at the 5 in Game 7 on the road, because everybody in that series got hurt. Valanciunas went down, Hassan went down, Bosh had blood clots, Dwayne Wade was whatever ligaments are hanging out of his body. Poor Goran Dragic, and then Justice Winslow, rookie at the 5. Freaking Game 7. Kyle Lowry absolutely fried them.
Looking at his, so that's the season
That's the season he started bathing in wine.
Yes, that is that. And then he didn't. Yeah, that was his final season in the NBA.
He legend. Shalom.
Your second pick, Giancarlo.
Honestly, maybe the most important Heat player in history on this list, Anthony Carter. And I'm going to tell you why. Because
where are you putting him? At guard?
Yeah, guard.
He can only be a guard. Okay.
Yeah, he can only be a guard. In the summer of 2003, Anthony Carter's agent, Bill Duffy, forgot to fax a letter, which meant that his contract, that he became a free agent because he didn't submit the contract or the match offer in time, Bill Duffy, his agent, which meant that Miami now had the cap space to sign Lamar Odom to a 6-year, $60 million deal. And that money was used to trade for Shaquille O'Neal to win the 2006 NBA title.
Got it. Okay.
Very famous Miami Heat lore. Anthony Carter, if not for you, bud, if not for Bill fucking Duffy, bro. So
I didn't know that full rabbit trail. That works out.
No, that deep lore. I'm constructing a team of legends right now.
Can I give you the Knicks version of that?
Yes, please.
I think the Knicks version of that is Marcus Morris. So they originally when they didn't get Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving during the summer of 2019, they signed a bunch of power forwards, and then
as one does,
Marcus Morris signed with the Spurs, or agreed to sign with the Spurs.
Oh, I remember this.
And then it was just like a verbal agreement. And then on the day of the actual signing agreement, backed out and signed with the Knicks on a 1-year deal. The Knicks traded him at the trade deadline to the Clippers for a lottery protected first round pick. That was the Clippers that had already gotten Kawhi and Paul George. So of course that pick wasn't going to be in the lottery. It ends up being in the mid-20s. They end up taking Emmanuel Quickley, which they then trade Emmanuel Quickley and RJ Barrett for OG Anunoby.
I love things like that.
Fun lore right there. Good pick, and it allows me to take Kurt Thomas with my next pick, and I'll put him at power forward.
You take him.
Was Kurt Thomas an original Miami Heat?
I don't know.
It's a good question. Kurt Thomas, no, because he's only on the Heat for 1 season, 2 seasons, it looks like, in 96 and 97. So Kurt Thomas is well documented during the summer. Was on the Knicks, is probably the longest, was one of the longest tenured Knicks this century. Was on the Knicks for a lot of bad, while also being on the Knicks for a team that went to the finals and the conference finals before this century of basketball began. Is at the top of a lot of Knicks leaderboards. Just for being someone that had to play here, Mr. Macri got very upset with me because we had one of the segments, or one of the questions that we had to answer was, where would they fit on the Knicks today? And I said, like, he's not this player, but he kind of reminds me of Precious Achiuwa because he can't shoot. Like, he's a good defender. I just don't know what type of value that has for someone that isn't the greatest rim protector, but he scratches an itch for an old school basketball fan of someone that could get a ton of boards and I think he's a better passer. So maybe, like, again, it's not Precious, but I don't know what his role is in today's NBA. The point is, Kurt Thomas, legendary Knick, has to be on my team, and he played for the Miami Heat for 2 seasons and I think 92 games. Yeah, 92 games. So Kurt Thomas will be my second pick. You're making this possible for me to get all 3 if you don't take this last player.
This next player is easy for me.
Okay.
Super cool. Michael Beasley.
Yes, thank you so much.
Cool Bees.
I just want to say real quick before you go, the Michael Beasley 1 season with the Knicks is one of my most fun experiences because you never knew if he was going to have like 6 minutes of unplayable basketball or if he was going to erupt for 30. Like, that was...
Welcome to the super cool experience.
Yeah. So go ahead. What was his... Oh, that's right. He's a Heat. He got drafted by the Heat. He got
drafted, number 2, which, by the way, another wormhole. If they had taken Derrick Rose, they might have not gotten LeBron.
Because they had the worst odds, or the best odds.
They won 15 games
before the lottery odds were flattened too.
Yeah. So they got jobbed. But Michael Beasley, listen, played with LeBron, has more finals minutes than Derrick Rose. One of my favorite stats in the history of basketball. Played in the finals against San Antonio. Played with LeBron. Played with D Wade. Found his way back to the Heat multiple times. Eric Spoelstra loves him. Pat Riley. It's just kept calling to super cool. Michael Beasley, very famously in the rookie symposium, got caught with Mario Chalmers smoking weed and got in trouble. That was the introduction to Michael Beasley. And let me tell you something, that was the most accurate precursor to what would be his career. I love him. He's beloved. I think that if he's here, he doesn't pay for a drink, even though he was never that good. I just think he's really lovable and likable. And I don't know how many players can be lovable and likable while being drafted 2nd overall and not meeting their potential. It really just speaks to the magic of who he is.
He's a vibe, very much a vibe. Back when in the 1 season he played for the Knicks, Taylor Rooks was working at SNY, one of the local cable networks here. And she did a one-on-one interview at Michael Beasley, and he was trying to say how many, like, what he was talking about the solar system and how far the planets are, and he had a watch, like a wristwatch, around his ankle.
I remember
that. I realized, this player is going to play for the Knicks this year. This is either going to be very fun or very terrible, and it was a mix of both. So I have a place in my heart for Michael Beasley. I'm glad he ends up getting drafted today. And I thank you for allowing me to take Anthony Mason with my next pick.
You can take Mace.
Mace, one of the best bench players in Knicks history, a former 6th man of the year with the Knicks during the 90s, was part of a team that went to the finals, was part of a Ewing and Oakley. It was part of a Mace Oakley tag team that was part of Pat Riley's grit and enforcer attitude when he was the head coach of the New York Knicks in the mid 90s. Anthony Mason, God rest his soul, obviously. One of the more important Knicks and one of the fan favorites for a lot of Knicks in the 90s as well. So Anthony Mason played for the Knicks. Let me get the exact numbers here. Mace played for the Knicks for 395 games between 1992 and 1996. Played for the Miami Heat for 80 games in 2001. Averaged 16 points a game that season. So yeah, Anthony Mason will be my 3rd pick.
I'm so happy that I'm able to take this absolute.
Hold on. I'm just one last note on Anthony.
Please.
Mason. So twice in his career, he finished he got MVP votes. One of those was with the Miami Heat. In fact, I'm realizing now his All-Star appearance is with the Miami Heat. So I took a Heat All-Star and a Knicks Legend.
You know, it's funny. Like I think it's blaspheme that I didn't take Mace, but my team's way more goofy.
Your team's more fun. Yeah.
My team's about love of the game, right? I'm not Mace, probably the best player, would have been the best player on my team.
Probably. Well, Mark Stoudemire. As far as like,
I just take that. You took that.
No, I'm saying like if you take in Amari, then he probably is the best player in your team. But if you're just going by Heat tenure, then yes, absolutely, it would be Anthony Mason. Guy made an All-Star team. Was on eighth for Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, he was on good teams with the Heat.
Yeah,
but we're not talking about that. We're talking about life.
Your fourth pick,
and there's no bigger lifer on this list than Beno Udrih.
Oh my gosh, Giancarlo.
Heat lifer Beno Udrih. Now, if you don't know the lore, for some reason,
I don't.
It's still unknown to this day. Beno Udrih just decided to like give money back to the Heat for some reason.
Why do you do that? No, you still don't know why.
Because he's a lifer.
Okay. So he was on the Heat. If I can look at this, why don't I see him on the Heat? Hold on. Oh, he was on the Heat for 36 games in 2015-16. And then got, this is after a trade, it looks like, that he came to the Heat. He was on Memphis first. All right, continue with the lore.
He agreed to a buyout where he gave a bunch of money back that he didn't have to give out. Didn't really do much after, but he helped the Heat out as a homie move. And there's just no real reason for that. It's just very funny for Heat fans that to this day, we don't know why Beno Udrih just helped. He really helped them cap-wise financially and for just no reason other than being a fucking homie. And I don't know. I just want to reward just being a fucking lifer, just being an absolute fucking legend for that. What a 36 games it was. Really settled the lineups off the bench there with Goran Dragic. I miss you, Beno. He's a Heat lifer. I do think that one day he'll have his jersey in the rafters for that. I love that guy. Just an absolute Heat legend. I didn't even know he played for the Knicks.
So he played in 2014. I don't think the season
31
mattered.
games. Yeah.
Well, is this 2014 or 2016? Yeah, 2014. I truly don't remember a single thing that Beno Udrih did for the Knicks, but I'm glad he helped
for the Heat.
He did them a favor.
Can we have a graphic of this later so I can tweet this because like I love my team.
People can vote on it if they
I fucking love my team, dude. This is filled with lifers and deep cut lore, and I think I know who I'm taking with my fifth pick. So I'm so excited. What do you got?
So where are you putting Beno Udrih? Where are you putting him?
He's our guard, man. He's a point guard.
So you have Q-Rich as a forward?
Excuse me?
You have Q-Rich.
Yeah. Q-Rich. Q-Rich is a small forward. You got Michael Beasley at power forward.
All right. And then Udrih and Anthony Carter.
Yeah.
Your team, I swear. I wish the Knicks were going up against teams like this. And they'd probably have Spo's coaching.
Spo gets 38 wins out of this
Spo
team.
Gets, yeah.
Spo fucking cranks out 38 wins with these dudes.
Okay.
Q-Rich is in all-star conversations.
I need two guards with my last pick.
Can we do a 6-player coach? Can we just pick a coach?
Well, so I thought it'd be fun if the coach of both of our teams is Pat Riley when he was with the Knicks and Pat Riley when he was.
Pat Riley's cranking. He's cranking 38 wins out of my team.
Both Pat Rileys are the coaches for both of these teams.
I don't.
So I'm at a loss here because I need to pick two guards and there's really not many to choose from. I will take a bench legend for the New York Knicks. One of the greatest jokes I ever saw was from a Knicks account called Terry and Trey. It's a mother and son duo, two great Knicks fans that said that Alec Burks is like if a superstar, if someone was trying to create a superstar, but it got paused on 70% and never finished loading all the way. Because when Alec Burks was always trying to get buckets with the Knicks off their bench, there were games where just like, oh, so no one's gonna stop him. No one can guard him tonight. And then there would be other games where he'd be unplayable. Famously, during the season that the Heat traded for Terry Rozier, the Knicks traded for Alec Burks back, and I was like, great, this is the perfect bench piece. And he was unplayable for about 2.5 months after coming over from the Pistons. Right. And then got benched when the Knicks got Anunoby back and didn't play for the first full round of the playoffs. Then Anunoby went down. Tibbs finally plays him in game 3, and he shoots like 50% from 3 for the rest of the series. And it's like, oh, so Alec Burks is playable again. Great. Alec Burks will be my next pick, and I'm going to tick off a lot of Knicks fans and put him at point guard because Tom Thibodeau played him at point guard over Emmanuel Quickley for an entire season when Kemba Walker decided his body decided he's not able to play basketball anymore. So Alec Burks will be my next pick. So played for the Knicks, just real quick to give the full context, 153 games for the Knicks. Last season played 49 games for the Miami Heat.
Really?
Yeah.
So with my 5th pick, I have to go center, which there's a litany of to pick from. I could go with NBA champion Eddie Curry, Heat legend. I could go NBA champion Ronnie Turioff. Could go a lot of different ways. Could go Precious Achiuwa.
You could.
I could, but I'm going to go with, honestly, one of the biggest Heat legends on this list. Can't believe he's last. NBA champion, Michael Doliak. Now, if you don't know, during the 2006 finals, they had Michael Doliak pretend to be Dirk Nowitzki in practice so Udonis could practice guarding him. So he was like the Dirk simulator in practice. So a lot of credit. Everybody earns their ring. And Michael Doliak, listen, at 6'11", hey, just to be like, hey, you don't got to make the shot. Just mimic Dirk's shooting and let UD cook. And I have a funny Michael Doliak story. So when I was in high school, middle school, I had some friends and we were going to, they were going to go meet Udonis Haslem at a Publix, which is a local grocery store chain here in Florida. And they go to meet Udonis Haslem at this grocery store. And right as they got there, UD had left and they were changing shifts with another Heat player. What sits down is Michael Doliak. My friend goes, man, fuck this. I don't want to meet Michael Doliak. And he walks out of that grocery store. And I just want to give Michael Doliak the love that my friend Joseph didn't give him.
I never realized, or I guess never knew the pretended to be Dirk, the Dirk decoy.
Yep.
Of the 2006 finals. He absolutely earned his ring if that's what he was on the Heat.
That's what he was doing, man.
That finalizes your team. I'm going to do something for my last pick that I wish the Knicks had done because I think he's the best player available. No disrespect to Tony Douglas, who I think is going to be
also a Heat legend for one of the funniest memes ever, where he's just like on the floor dead during the LeBron era. And he literally looked like he's like this, like one arm up, the other like right. And he's like lying, like he literally looks like a cartoonish outline of like a murder victim on the floor.
I don't know the meme.
Again, this list has a lot of deep cut Heat Twitter
deep cut Heat memes. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going Glenn Rice with my last pick. I think he's the best player available that played for both teams.
Well, he was the best player. Actually, I didn't even see him on the list. He's just the best player. I think he's probably better than Mace.
I think he absolutely is better than Mace.
He's the best player.
5 years with the Miami Heat.
Yeah, he's like the second. He had the points record for a long time for most points in a game for the Heat.
So for his career with the Heat, he played 6 seasons. He averaged 19 and a half a game. Back then we didn't care about efficiency, which is why he's at a 50% effective field goal percentage. But yeah, 25 and 3 with, or 2.5 for his career with the Heat. He was the consolation prize that the Knicks got back when they traded Patrick Ewing in a multiple team deal. So that one season with the Knicks was a 2000-2001 season. The Knicks lost in the first round to the Toronto Raptors. I was begging all season for the Knicks to get rid of their point guard rotation between Charlie Ward and Howard Isley and Chris Childs, I believe, was the rotation back then. I wanted them to go to Glenn Rice in the starting 5 because it was their best lineup with Allen Houston, Latrell Sprewell, Larry Johnson, and Marcus Camby. And they never did. And they lost in the first round because they just had to play a point guard rather than just let Sprewell run point. These are 2001 problems, by the way, that I'm still clearly not over. So that will conclude our draft, Giancarlo. What a collection of talent each of us has assembled. I at least went for talent. You went for Heat lifers, and one could argue going with that might earn you the W in this draft. Before
your team is clearly the more
better.
Fucking Glenn Rice and Mays. You have some Heat icons. I have heart. I have soul. I have history.
Indeed. Let's go through our teams before we go. My team at center, Amari Stoudemire. At forward, Kurt Thomas and Anthony Mason. At guard, Alec Burks and Glenn Rice.
At center, Michael Doliak. At forward, Michael Beasley and Quentin Richardson. And at guard, Beno Udrih. And of course, Anthony Carter.
Best players not taken. You mentioned a few of them. Eddie Curry.
Eddie Curry was not in the best players not taken. He's stinks.
I'm just going by points per game. I agree. The Knicks traded 2 first-round picks for him.
Honestly, probably Wayne Ellington, man with the golden arm.
Rod Strickland means something. Shout out to The Strickland, the Knicks content site. PJ Tucker that wasn't eligible because he only played 3 games for the Knicks, but is part of a playoff run for the Heat that went far. I think that might be it. John Wallace, former Knicks first round pick.
Tony
Penny
Douglas
is on this list.
Mike Bibby.
Penny Hardaway. Mike Bibby. Oh, he played important playoff minutes for the Knicks once.
Ariza. Ariza was okay here.
So I didn't say Ariza because he literally just got taken in the Knicks Magic draft that I just did, and I didn't want to relive.
You didn't want to redo,
yeah, relive that.
Henry Walker, Bill Walker, my guy, Bill Walker, some legendary end of season Heat performances out of Bill Walker. Don't call him Bill.
Yeah. Shot 38% from 3 during the Amari without Melo portion of the Knicks season that year.
Fucking flamethrower.
So, yeah. All right. Giancarlo, thank you as always. I enjoyed our draft. We'll put this out there for Knicks fans and Heat fans to vote on who won between our two teams.
I cannot wait, dude. Your audience is going to be so confused.
Yes. How did he win with Beno Udrih being drafted?
They're like, I didn't even know Beno Udrih played for the Heat.
Yeah. Before we get out of here, where can people find your audience and everything you do with the Miami Heat Beat?
Check us out on Twitch and YouTube, Miami Heat Beat. On both those platforms, find us on Twitter at MIA Heat Beat. I always tell people we try to have as much fun as we can. We are willing to laugh at ourselves. And, if you come in chat after a game and you want to talk smack, talk smack. The Heat play the Knicks on Sunday. If the Knicks win and you want to watch us complain and cry, come join the chat and lob some insults and we'll read them and we'll have a good time. Because at the end of the day, this is sports and we're here to have fun. So if we can't laugh at ourselves, what can we laugh at? But please join. I think Andrew can attest. We have a lot of fun. What we do, I think our post-game shows. And if you want to learn something about basketball, we do that too. We really break down the good and the bad. I mean, if the Heat are bad, we'll talk about what they're bad at and what they can improve on and what the other teams are doing well. So please join in, stop in for a second, have a beer with us, have some tea. If you're not a drinker, enjoy, have some non-alcoholic eggnog, whatever floats your boat. Come join us and be a part of our community, because I really do believe that if I've learned anything doing this, Andrew, for the last 13 seasons, it's community is everything, and building it with your own fans and with other fans is really the only thing that matters. And if we can enjoy a night together, even if it's online behind a screen, then I think we did our job. So stop by. Love you guys. I love teasing Knicks fans, but I got love for you. I got love for your city. I got love for Andrew. And I say this every time. I think you guys do some of the best coverage in basketball. Everybody at Knicks Film School, I learn a lot from following your guys, watching your videos, tuning in every once in a while. I've learned a lot. And I think that this game is so beautiful because there's so much to learn from basketball. And I think everybody has such a great perspective because the game is so ornate. It is so complicated that everyone's going to teach you something. And I think the guys at Knicks Film School teach a lot. So nothing but love for you guys. And I'm always excited to see what's next.
Gee, that was so heartfelt. You guys
are the best, man.
I was not ready for all of that. Yes. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, man.
You and yours.
Happy Hanukkah to Amari Stoudemire.
Yes, happy Hanukkah, Amari Stoudemire. Merry Christmas to anybody celebrating that too.
Is he the best Jewish player ever? Although Denny Abdia might.
We'll draft that next time. We
Stay tuned.
Okay. Maybe the climate.
He's a Hall of Famer, right? I mean, Stat's going to make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but it's the Basketball Hall of Fame. So
okay, but it's still an accomplishment. I mean, like,
it's an accomplishment. I don't mean to diminish it. I come from the baseball world where it's hard to make the Hall of Fame. Whereas with the NBA Hall of Fame, it's let's start here. Did you play basketball?
Brandon Roy.
It was great. Come on in. You're in the Hall of Fame. If you played basketball, we'll probably get into the Hall of Fame.
Brandon Roy eligible. I just saw the tweet.
Is he really? Oh, that's right. They put up the list of Hall of Fame eligible guys, and Sheldon Williams
getting in would be ridiculous. I draw the line.
Was the last name? Oh, Brandon Roy. I have no opinion. The Sheldon. I know Bomani commented like, "What's that last name on there?" And it was Sheldon Williams. And it was, yep, okay, that's an appropriate last name on the list. Giancarlo, to you and the Miami Heat beat people, to everybody in South Florida, enjoy your non-snowy Christmas and holidays and winter. For those people don't know, we talked about our different experiences right now. You said you had friends at a pool party.
My girlfriend's at a pool party right now.
Yeah, and it's 35 degrees with a feels like in the teens here in the Big Apple, especially during the wind pockets between buildings. So different two portions of America, not even two Americas.
The two Americas, baby.
Yeah, there we go. Giancarlo, good to see you. Thank you as always for joining me. And thank you to everybody for tuning in to another edition of the Knicks Film School Pregame Show. I guess I should say, get out and vote for either me or Giancarlo's team. We will put the graphic on Twitter sometime on Sunday. If you dug this episode, please head over to the videos, both on our channel, and we'll do a collaboration on the Miami Heat beat, and make sure you're subscribed to both. If you're listening, please leave a 5-star rating and a review on either Spotify or on Apple. Follow us on socials at Nick Film SKOOL, and bonus content on Patreon and on our Substack between Macri, DJ, and DJ Zulo. DJ Zulo and Benji. Just said DJ's name twice. I'll be back on Tuesday when the Knicks head to Minnesota to take on the Timberwolves. Speaking of Julius Randle. Until next time, though, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the game tonight, and I'll speak with you soon. Peace. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777. Massachusetts, call 800-327-5050. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY. Maryland, visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See the Fanatics Sportsbook app.